Hello, whole woman listeners. I'm Kim,
I'm Rachel.
and it's almost Christmas time. It's like my favorite time of the year. How about you?
Listen, you already know what my favorite time of the year is. I tolerate Christmas, but I am loyal to fall
Mm.
forever and always.
Fall's not a holiday, it's a season. Christmas is a holiday.
Okay. I stand corrected. I mean, listen, it's okay.
hmm
It's okay.
I come from a long line of Christmas lovers.
Uh,
My grandparents, it was amazing. It was amazing. Like Santa was up on the roof and all the reindeer, and they were these big plastic lit up things that Grandpa would put up there, and the whole house was like lit up with those. When we were kids, they were those big, hot, super bright bulbs. Like you touch
uh-huh.
them and you burn through like all the layers. It was, and and there was just always, I mean, like Grandpa made fudge and Grandma made cookies, and there was all this food and all this celebration, and every Christmas Eve. Every
hmm
Christmas Eve in my childhood was the same.
Yeah. You
It
can
was,
see the joy that it
yeah,
evokes from you.
yeah.
So,
It was perfect, but it was everyone. And I find myself right now knowing that I'm not keeping up with the standard that my grandpa created. And my grandma too, but grandpa was the one, right? He was the one that just loved Christmas. And everybody was there. His family, my grandma's family. I mean, like brothers and sisters, all the cousins, all of my cousins, everyone. A house, this little house, a house the size of my office. And it was full of people and
yeah.
food and music and tinsel trees and all the stuff, right? Do
Uh-huh.
you, yeah. So yeah, Christmas
I'm
was
so happy that it makes you that happy. I
the
love
bomb.
it.
Yeah,
So,
but
what are some of your traditions that you still do or new ones that you do with your family?
Christmas Eve, we're always together. I have been married twice, and my son, or my first husband, and I had a son, and we just always agreed when our marriage didn't work that we would have a day and keep it tradition. And so Christmas Eve was my time. And so my parents come over and we celebrate and we go to church, and we usually have like our big meal.
Uh-huh.
And nine times out of 10, it's the one that I stress over, that I really want to be perfect because it's our time. And
hmm
so a lot of times it's prime rib and some delicious potato of the year, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. I always try a new recipe, and then a veggie and salad and whatever dessert someone else makes. That's what I've kind of settled into. So
Yeah.
then we open presents, and then Christmas Day is pretty chill. How about you?
We used to have huge Christmas, family Christmases when I was a kid. And when my grandpa died, that kind of just sent everyone in the family in their own on their own path. And we didn't really do the big family Christmas anymore. And my mom, she loves Christmas. But I think as we get older, it doesn't really become about the presents anymore. It just becomes about spending time together.
Mhm.
And for a couple of Christmases, like going on a family trip was the thing. And I enjoyed that. I really liked doing that. Uh, and then when I met my honey and we decided that we were going to either spend Christmas with our families or we would go on a trip. So we've kind of alternated what we do. But since moving to South Carolina 3 years ago, my parents live in Tucson, Arizona, and he hates the cold. So to go to Arizona for Christmas is kind of ideal and perfect for everyone involved because it's a little warmer still and I get to be with my parents and it's just chill. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean Christmas is a lovely time, but I will say that I have since I can remember used December as kind of my month to decompress, to unwind, to kind of set my intentions for the following year or the upcoming year, excuse me. And the funny thing is, even though I don't have like a bunch of Christmas traditions other than I love to watch Christmas movies. I love it.
Mm, I love that too. I haven't done that for a long time though. I feel like I watched them when I watched the kid movies when my kids were here and then but we're always it's busy. It's completely different for me. December is always busy for whatever
Mhm.
reason. And it was work, and I worked whether it was the restaurant or the gym, I worked so many hours that I felt pushed to get the Christmas presents and to have things ready, and it was just frantic. And
Right.
over like the last 5 or 6 years, it just is kind of settled into something that's, I wouldn't say easy, but just has a rhythm. I mean, it just feels good. But, as much as you want to be quiet, I told my husband, like, our house, we have one more project and all of our remodeling is done. That's me knocking on wood. Um, so I want to revive my grandparents' tradition. And next year, come snowstorm or sunshine, I'm going to have a Christmas party and I'm going to fill
Ooh.
this house. And I might even try to find the same old dorky bar that had like grandpa would put an 8-track tape in the backside of it and it would flash with the beat of the music.
Oh my God, that's so cute. I hope I'm invited to this
Of
party
course.
because I will come.
Of course. Yes. Yes. I'm just thinking it needs to become a tradition. And not on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
People don't work like they did 56 years ago when my grandparents did this. I mean, people prioritize as they should. But mid-December, I think I'm just going to claim a day and roll with it.
Yeah. There's a woman here in the lofts and has a big Christmas party every year.
Mhm.
And she's doing the same thing. It's this Saturday night, and we are going to her apartment with a bunch of neighbors and just having a little joyous Christmas time. And it's lovely. And she really puts a lot of effort into it and makes it really inviting and comfortable for a lot of the neighbors. So it's nice.
Mhm. When I still had the gym, one of my girlfriends and I planned a big party, and she had this perfect house that was like wide open and people could spread. And I think planning it was almost more fun than like actually having the party, but we had all these different appetizers and sweets. We didn't do like a meal. It was just
Right.
like finger food.
Yeah.
And I always tried to make when I entertain that way, like a cocktail party or whatever. I try to make everything so you don't need utensils because there's nothing that drives me crazier than throwing away. I hate plastic forks
Mm,
because I hate plastic forks, but
no explanation needed, of
yeah,
course.
right. And so finger foods, we had so much fun, but then also creating a drink, right? And something I'd love to get your input on because this time of year, it seems like alcohol is a huge part of people's traditions, right? And
Mhm.
I love wine and I serve wine with my Christmas dinner. And I've been known to have my wine cup in my hand if I'm at a party. But some years I don't feel like that. Or sometimes I'm too busy or I've got whatever going the next day. So I've started really trying to have like a non-alcoholic alternative from my guests and for myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes being dry or not drinking is lame because somebody tries to serve you cranberry juice and club soda, which, okay, it's an alternative, but it's not fun, you know?
Right. Right.
So I've been like experimenting with mocktails and things, and I always try to have
Mhm.
something. Plus, then now, I had 2 Christmases where my daughter-in-laws were expecting, and so I always try to make it special for them too. Do you talk to me about like the Christmas party? Will you drink? Does your
I don't drink.
friend like you don't drink, but
No.
like the person in your apartment complex, is there alcohol there or is it a dry party or is it
There will definitely be alcohol there. And I do feel like there was a mocktail last year, which I think as a host is such a lovely thing because both my honey and I don't drink. It's just not something I've ever enjoyed. It's not for any one purpose other than I just can't get past the taste of alcohol no matter what drink it is. You can be like, oh, it's sweet. You won't taste the alcohol. No, it's just my tongue is attuned to the alcohol and I just don't enjoy it. And that's why I don't drink. But I do love the idea of a mocktail. It is fun. I mean, but it doesn't, if the host or hostess doesn't do that, it doesn't bother me either. I'm happy to drink water or soda or whatever, or just
Yeah.
not drink anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I just try to make it special for everyone. Like
Yeah.
I'm serving a meal to a group at our church tonight, and there are a couple people who are gluten-free, which is totally different than being alcohol-free. I know. But I'm making Christmas cookies for the bulk of the group, so I have
Yeah.
to make a gluten-free Christmas cookie for those who can't have the flour in their food. So why wouldn't I make a drink for someone who doesn't drink alcohol, right? It's just,
Yeah.
and I've started following this girl on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
There are a lot of places if you just like Google mocktails and stuff, but this one, I can't remember her name. I think it's the Mindful Mocktail.
That sounds like what you meant.
It is the Mindful Mocktail, and she has some of the best, like fun looking Christmassy mocktails, and
Yeah.
not a lot of crazy ingredients, and so.
Are
uh,
you gonna put her Insta on the show in the show notes?
Yeah, I will. I will. And you should check her out. She's even got, I think she's the one. She had like a Grinch one. She does. It looks it's bright green. It's crazy looking, but
I will check it out.
kind of sounds tasty. So, yeah. Yeah. So, parties, cocktail parties. I'm going to revive that. You're going to go to one. You're going to come to mine. What
Yeah.
else? What else? Like, do you have any Christmas tradition?
I have one that might seem super odd, but this is the time of year that I love to decorate or have a tartan slash plaid purse. Like plaid screams this time of year for me, and I really embrace it. Like right now, my tablecloth is green tartan and my purse is black tartan. And yeah, so it just makes me happy. It just kind of even if, because I'll be honest with you, there are some years I just don't have the Christmas spirit. But just a little splash of red and green just kind of makes me feel a little bit more Christmassy, even if I'm not going all out. Like I did not feel like decorating my apartment this year. I just didn't. And but I have my little tablecloth and my little Merry Christmas sign out, my green candles, and that's gonna have to suffice this year.
I have years like that too, so I get it. I come from a house, so my grandfather passed on to my mother his love for Christmas.
Yeah,
And like my mom goes whole hog. I mean, like pictures come down off the wall and new pictures go up, and some there have been there are points in time where there might be four Christmas trees in the house, and
like real ones or
no,
artificial?
no,
Oh, okay.
artificial.
Okay.
And then like Christmas villages on the mantle and just lights everywhere, candles everywhere, music everywhere, just go, 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 right?
Uh-huh.
And she reached a point where she had a different Christmas sweatshirt for every day of the month of December.
Yeah, mom.
Swear to God. I
I
mean,
love it.
yes, yes. So you can see I have my joy shirt
Boy.
on today. It might be the only Christmas shirt I have, but I too have some fun plaid things that just feel Christmas to me.
Yeah.
Um, but this year, I have grandbabies now, and I wasn't going to put up a tree because Jeff and I leave for the winter,
Yep.
and it always just seems like such a rush to prepare for Christmas and then tear down and get out of here. And I don't want to come back in, to visit in January or February and see my Christmas tree up in the corner.
Of
And
course.
but I have grandkids, and so it was kind of important. And I might have lights everywhere this year.
I think the interesting thing about Christmas is that some people love to decorate for it. Like, I'll just use my fall decorations as an example because September 1st, they go up.
Hmm.
and my birthday is December 4th, so they usually stay up till at least December 1st. So that's a full on holiday time. So when my pumpkins go away, I like don't want to see them again for another year. But I do feel like that extension of Christmas is much more accepted, especially when it comes to just lighting. So you
Hmm.
could technically leave all those lights up until you get back from Florida.
Mm-mm.
No? Are they red and green? Like, are they Christmas specific or are they white or different colors?
I We like to get a real tree. And when we get a real tree, then it's my husband likes multicolored lights and
Uh-huh.
I'm a white girl. I like white
Yeah,
lights.
you are. No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't pass that up. Sorry.
Yes, yes. No, I like color. I like white lights and like the bulbs and everything. And my upstairs in my living room, I like it to match. So I have red and brown and kind of a
Wow.
lime, yeah, beautiful chocolate brown ornaments and
Oh,
or pine cones and then a bright lime green. My tree is beautiful, but it's not homey. It's not traditional. It's not, there's no history. It's just pretty.
okay.
Um, but the artificial tree, the real tree is totally different. It's the multicolored lights and the ornaments the boys made and all those things. But this year we're not doing that because again, we go to Florida and yeah, it's just it it seems like not a lot of people are selling Christmas trees in the middle of November. And so if you go the 1st of December and you're ripping that thing down and throwing it on the curb 3 weeks later, it just seems so wasteful. And
Agreed.
so, yeah, yeah, I don't know. I use
Listen,
my color in other places. So the basement this year has the tinsel tree that I was telling you about a couple
uh,
episodes ago. And it's decorated in blue and it's very pretty. But then I have like stuffed animals and the Snoopy where they can push the hand and he rings the bell and sings a song. And it was a source of great joy all
yeah.
last weekend when they were here for Thanksgiving. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Listen, I think that's the bottom line, right? Christmas this time of year is to bring joy to other people, especially when it's the kiddos.
Mhm.
And I get that. And I love that. And I hope that that tradition for us Americans or whoever chooses to celebrate it doesn't go away because that's what it's for, is to focus on the joy of the situation.
Mhm. Yeah, it is fun. I always wonder though, like what traditions matter. My grandparents did a thing, then my mom copied the thing, and then I did kind of the same thing but a little less. And I wonder what my kids will do or what my grandkids will remember. You know,
Hmm.
that's the biggest thing for me is someday I want one of my grandsons to be sitting on doing a podcast and I want him so excited about the his memories of his Nana Kim and Christmas time that he bubbles over with joy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lovely expectation, which you can't force upon anyone.
No, no, it can be a hope. It can be a hope.
It can be a hope, absolutely. But I do think that, I mean, I can look, here's my memory of Christmas Eve at my grandparents. My grandparents were so before the word was even cool, like so bougie. And they would have a big Christmas Eve party. My grandpa would be in his turtleneck and his slacks, just being like the hostess with the mostest. And there was a big Christmas tree, lots of presents, lots of food, lots of drinks. I mean, it was just lots of music. It was just a very posh evening. I will always remember that. I had always a Christmas dress on with tights, Mary Jane's, like, oh yeah. And my grandparents, because I was the only granddaughter and I was the only grandkid for a long time until my little cousin came around and ruined everything for me. But I do remember my grandparents would always give me the big gift on Christmas Eve. And one year it was a Barbie, honey, and I just thought that was the coolest thing.
Mhm.
So I do have very fond memories, but I think it just, when you don't have little kids in the house, that just becomes a little too much to keep up. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom still, she'll decorate the house and like no one goes there anymore. The family got so large that my parents go to
One
the
of your
kids.
house.
Yeah. And we don't get together as a whole family at all anymore. I mean that once people who are married have kids who get married, who have kids who get married, then it's like there's too many. And
Yeah.
so my parents will come to our house on Christmas Eve. We've just always done that. I kind of claimed the day. Um, but they'll go to one of my siblings' houses on Christmas Day and they'll go to somebody else like the weekend before. But my mom still decorates the house. She still wants it for her.
Right. And
Yeah.
I love that. You know, the coolest tradition that I've heard, sorry to interrupt you, but
Mm-mm.
one of my personal training clients that I still train virtually, and she and her family live in New York, and her son's family, meaning the daughter-in-law, the grandkids, live in California. And every Thanksgiving, they go to, I hope I'm telling the story that it makes sense. They go to the daughter-in-law's family for Thanksgiving. So that means it's a huge blended Thanksgiving. So it's got the in-laws, it's got the grandkids, and I freaking love that they do that. I know that that won't work for every family, but to be inclusive like that so nobody feels left out, or I can't have you this year because you're going there. It's just such a really beautiful thing that these two families have done. And I love that.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing we really should talk about. There's so much pressure around the holiday and also so much sadness when things don't work out perfectly, whether it's something in the meal gets messed up or you're going to be by yourself for a year,
Yeah.
because there
Yeah.
is that potential. I have my kids live in two different parts of the country. They're both married now. Jeff and I were alone on Thanksgiving Day. And I don't know if my parents have ever been alone on Thanksgiving Day. So for me, it was kind of like this, wow. But we made the day great. And
Mhm.
so there's just like this expectation of what the holiday should be. And I think people need to get over that to
Mm,
really enjoy it.
agreed.
And we talked a lot last week about breakthroughs and setting new standards. And I would challenge anybody who's listening to this on, I don't know, 6 days before Christmas to, if you're going to be alone, find something that makes it special. Whether it's like fun food and plans to binge watch your favorite Christmas movies, or to look for somebody, like you said, like to reach out to someone who might not be expected, blend a family, or find another friend who's sitting at home alone, or
Oh yeah.
just take the traditions are important. I'm going to be the first one to say traditions are important, and I love that. But I also love the idea of just finding joy in what you've been dealt,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes, absolutely. And I love what you're saying because you forget when you do have a family and like kind of expected obligations to spend it with them, that there are people who don't have that.
Mhm.
So have there's a woman here that for the past couple years we've had a Friendsgiving because not everybody goes and deals with their, excuse me, spends time with their family on Thanksgiving. And it's nice to feel like you're having that traditional meal, but it's with friends. So instead of Friendsgiving, how can we make a Friends Christmas? A Friendsmas? Friendsmas! There we go.
There you go. I like it.
And yeah, so yes, oh, that's lovely. We just started a new tradition out in the world for our listeners. Have a
Oh.
Friendsmas.
Merry Friendsmas.
Merry Friendsmas. Oh
Yeah.
my God. That is on my bestie and I's bucket list is for our families, meaning Steve and her family, to spend Christmas together in the near future. Even if it's going on a trip or us going to Portland or them coming here, just that is something that I would like to do with her.
Mhm. Yep. I think it's fun. And that's, with my grandparents. It wasn't the party and the light flashing bar or the special, like the adults would be drinking grasshoppers and pink squirrels, and we'd get like some kid version or whatever. And it's not those things. It was that I was always going to be with my cousins and I was going to see aunts and uncles that I never saw before. If you just look forward to being with people and you can just set aside all of the other expectations, I think it could be great no matter where you are. Or,
Agreed.
yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, I think if we, no, I'm not even going to start that conversation because you know what? We're spreading joy and we're hopefully giving people some ideas of how to spend
Hmm.
this year.
Hmm. So, all right. What are you having for Christmas dinner this year?
Well, my mom is coming from Arizona
Mhm.
and we are talking about doing a beef tenderloin. I mean, I talk about this anytime we talk about making something for dinner, my cheesy mashed potato recipe.
Mhm.
So that is probably going to happen. And I've got to think of something desserty. My mom and my honey bunny both love cheesecake, so I could probably whip one up. You know, it's so funny. I can do one and I can do one well, but I don't like to make cheesecakes. Is that weird?
There's a lot of pressure with the cheesecake because little things can happen that make them not work.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm going to make a cheesecake, I make cheesecake bars. I make it in a 9 by
Oh,
13 pan, so it's only this thick and it can't crack and it can't mess up. It's the best thing ever. I'll send you a recipe.
yes, please. That
Mhm.
sounds so easy. And
Mhm.
then do you make any kind of topping for it or you just do plain cheesecake?
My people like plain cheesecake, but I usually I to take the leftover cranberry sauce that I make for Thanksgiving dinner and I freeze it and then I pull it out and I make a simple syrup and I add that cranberry sauce to it. So it's a little
Inside
bit
or on top?
just separate.
Okay.
Like I'll make a sauce. So I serve plain cheesecake, but then I'll serve
Oh,
like a little thing of caramel if somebody wants it, or a little thing of fudge if somebody wants it, or this delicious cranberry like syrup kind of. Anyway,
okay.
yeah,
I'm gonna need you to send that to me, please.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so for this party that I'm going to upstairs, I am making a dark chocolate cake with cranberry buttercream,
Ooh,
right?
yeah. Do you use cranberry sauce or fresh cranberries?
No, girl. I mean, this will be my first time, but there will be fresh cranberries involved.
So this brings up a topic I wanted to talk about. All
Okay,
right.
what? Yes.
I think so many people put pressure on themselves to perform because it's a holiday. And I may have been known to try extravagant dishes,
Okay.
side dishes or desserts, thinking that I could just do it. Now, you've become a good baker, right? I mean, like you do it regularly and whatever, but this might have been when I was younger and I was like first taking over a Christmas meal.
Uh-huh.
I remember just being at the point of tears by the time the meal arrived because nothing was working out the way that the recipe said it was supposed to. And of course, I hadn't
Of course not. Of course.
trial ran them.
We all know what you mean. But yeah, you're right.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, so my suggestion would be not to you because you're like expert baker with a pretty new mixer in the background.
Hi,
Um,
Mabel.
Yes. But if you're going to try something brand new, give it a run before you have a house full of people.
Word to that. So I think what I'm going to, and this is what I've started doing when I'm being creative with my frosting flavors. My
Mhm.
cakes I've got down, but you're right. With my frosting flavors, I will make it the day before. So I have the time to do a backup. You are absolutely correct. But I think that the recipe that I found online is very easy step by step. There's only a few steps and it's literally I have to, boil down the cranberries, make a sauce and puree that into the butter and the powdered sugar. So it's
Nice.
not that hard.
No, it'd be
It's
delicious.
just, yeah.
Does it have orange in it?
This one does not, no.
I
I
just
know cranberry orange is a nice flavor combo, but I wanted something to just be the tart cranberry that I'm hoping it will be.
mhm. Yeah, I
Fingers.
was just thinking I love orange and chocolate together.
Oh yeah. I have
And
a great orange, a chocolate cake with a chocolate orange frosting.
mm,
Yeah, it's real
mm.
good.
We're gonna have some recipe shows,
We
some
are.
cooking shows.
I thought you were gonna say we're gonna have to get together and like bake together. I like that idea
Yes,
too. I
yes.
like that idea too.
I have a new sourdough cutout sugar cookie recipe in the fridge waiting for me to finish this episode so I can go cut and bake for these lovely kids I'm serving dinner to tonight. So
Can you please send me a picture? So sourdough instead of regular sugar cookie dough?
yep. I mean, it's not a risen. It uses discard, but I'm hoping,
I love how you think I
yeah.
know what that means.
Um, no. So when you bake with bread, you want the sourdough to be well fed and risen,
Yes.
full of bubbles, but it falls, and so you have discard, and you the discard is just simply unfed sourdough or unrisen sourdough, and it's just a natural cycle. Anyway, so it's not a risen
You
product.
see how I'm looking at you like I'm trying
Yeah,
to figure this
right,
out.
right, right. So it's just basically fermented flour and water. That's what it is.
Ah, okay.
And it's got a soury taste, just like sourdough bread has a sour
Yeah.
taste. You can put this discard into other baked goods and it gives it that sourdough taste.
Oh.
So I used sourdough. I looked up the recipe today. I'm serving it to other people and I've never made them before. So I'm praying it's good.
You
But
are going to taste test, correct?
oh, sure. Yeah. And I made a triple batch. So if they're bad, I'm going to have 96 cookies to taste test.
I will put my address in the show notes and you can send them to me some.
Okay. But yeah, yes, take the stress off this year. Just enjoy your Christmas.
Agree.
Whether you're making a huge dinner or a cozy dinner for two, or you're having a cocktail party, or you're going somewhere, just enjoy.
Yes, enjoy.
All right, friend. Well, Christmas is next week. And
It is. And you have cookies to make. So we are going to say bye-bye for
bye-bye.
now. Love you, listeners.
Yes, hey, next year's coming and it's going to be fabulous. We planned it. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell your friends. And we'll see you in the new year.
Aren't you
Bye.
excited?
I am.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.